finally. He's got a lot of people cheering him on, but Stewart is in the way of that. Stewart has great placement of that Corvette. Jaeger now brings it on in, and a good job there in that steal it. Race treads Nissan Z in that second outside zone. Stewart in there. You can see Jaeger good proximity. Now passing past that inside clip and transitioning now into that last outside zone. I want to see that overhead of where the Stewart vehicle and of Irwindale, right? So that's where I think the the equity and the history really holds up. But then he does this. Now he's just grinding like oh my gosh, he's saying, hey, you want that door buffed? I got you. Let me put this GT radio right here on the door. Simon, good angle there. He's scrubbing some speed there, but that allows Hiro Manoa to get close to him. Here, bring it on past. What a great battle. Make some noise, Irwindale. Oh, yeah. So, here we go. Now out front, Daniel Stuckey with the swing in front of Mata. Let's see how he gets out there, and he does get out there, but look at Mata. He is right there on the door. Aggressive, that's what we talked about. Consistent, and look at him flowing. Minimal corrections there by Austin. Now coming in this last inside clip, Mata. Woo! And, all right, I want to take a look at it again. I'm Brandon Sorensen. Coming in that United States Air Force, yo, Zero Chill Sorensen. He says, shut up, Jared. I'm going to stick this bumper to the wall. Eat my bumper and shut up. Here we go with that. Oh, buddy, Hansen makes an attack. Almost getting inside that BMW. This. Talk about sparring. Rudy Hansen now comes back into that last outside zone. What a lead run from Brandon Sorensen. As we are moving on into that nonstop tuning S13, past an inside clip, barely just touches that inside, and now ripping out into the outside zone 3. Look at that, nonstop, literally into that last one. So now outside zone 4, nails it. Just a good time. Shelly Hansen across the nose of Wills. Look at Wills, that straight line approach, just drops into formation. Yes, sir, and Shelly Hansen unfazed out front. Oh boy, Wills is just chomping at the bit. Holy cow, looked like he was just getting that thing like a chicken tendy, just ripping in that front bumper. This dude is on a tear just in 2 years. I mean, he is on a championship level tear, given all his, just his expedience of learning. FD Japan, here he is in FD in the States. And look at Brunski out front. Like you said, just given all of the downfalls, and he rises. Here goes Hiro Manoa. Brunski does exceed it just a little bit. He gets on in there. Hiro Manoa applies a breath. Miles as well. Oh, look at that. More and some angle on me. Wow. Look at that. Coming up the hill and snaps back with just as much angle. Mr. Cool, that's his name. That name again is Mr. Cool. Woo! Jonathan Hurst. The angle he just back to back, side to side, right in front of Forrest Wang. To Dmitry Brunski. Here, the bright high neon versus the dark menacing 86. Now coming up the hill comes Colette. A lot more confident out front into that second and now third outside zone. Puts it perfectly. Well done by Colette Davis. Very smooth. Just performing surgery in that keyhole. That was some of the best driving I've seen up there. Little tight on that inside. Sometimes you could just be eager and dialing it back. Sometimes where you make just those critical mistakes. And look at that, Colette takes an inside line. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. She just applied too much pressure, has to adapt, but doesn't do the cleanest adaptation of what she should have done. Now, Sam does go through the course.
Man, I wonder if that car.
But also look at the lead run. Forsberg's lead run. It just really highlighted on Thorne's kind of mistakes because Forsberg out front was so rock solid. Now Thorne really needs to elevate his game, and he's doing that. He's right there on that wall and see him pass. Oh my gosh, across the nose. Forsberg still bathing in the smoke, but does. Oh! Thorne goes hard. That was a hard hit And Wizard, let's see what kind of sorcery we got cooked up here. Tumble and Troil, boil and bubble. Let's go down to Long Beach. As he drops in and he drops the staff on Brandon Sorensen. But Brandon Sorensen, unflappable, brings it in, repping the 702, Las Vegas with a 513. All the way to the top of the box, the biggest trophy of all 2025 championship. Trent Beecham initiates, big angle from him, and look at this, Odie Bosch just giving himself maybe too much room to breathe as Beecham, that ESR Kumho Tires BMW in the second outside zone. Beecham settled, look at this, the White Widow, baby, coming into that inside clip, right on it. Now transition in, and we're cool, calm, and collected, but Beecham is as well. Yeah, like an arrow wheel. Here we go. All right, so Jack Davis, regardless, he needs to show up and look good. And of an era right now is he's on a glow up here with this lead run. Jack Davis brings it on in, a little left foot brake. You see the front wheel stop, but Buchanan tucks in nicely. Now transitioning that last outside zone 4. A lot more comfortable for both the drivers. I'll tell you what, yeah. Jack. Talking about that rising occasion, Stubstad, definitely a wild card. Now coming into his first outside zone, you can see Chen fixated, eyes on the prize. Stubstad, you can see him kind of stabbing back and forth, and now it looks like he found the sweet spot coming to outside zone 3 as Cole Richards, only pretty much 3 transitions here. Can now transition that last outside zone. Chen puts it exactly where it needs to be. Taki coming in. Whoa, massive angle from TL. Oh, doctor, look at that. Massive angle, that was sick. Well done. Where was this, Tommy, earlier? Like, oh, wow. Well, he was off course is where he was. So as exciting as that was, he has to wrangle it back in. That'll be a deduction, but what a gangster. Hager's got that fresh air and that steel at coatings, Dub Gray. Nissan Z. Oh, Mata, look at that, sticks to the door. Good transition from both of them. Here comes Jaeger flipping the brim up into that second outside zone. And Mata, look at that. Mata's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's trying to force that mistake on Alex Jaeger's side, but Jaeger's not having it. He is stealing it, literally. I mean, that was technical. Going against Alex Jaeger, taking him out in competition as Leonard gets whoa, buddy. No, that is going to be an incomplete. This run is null and void. Anything after this, it really does not matter. This is absolutely to get more familiar with that track.
Yeah, what we got to really digest there is whose fault was that?
Shelley initiates, whips it back in that first outside zone, past the inside clip. Cam just pokes out of that smoke. Well done. In the second outside zone, coming to outside zone 3 goes Shelley. Dips in, good angle from her. She takes that line again, kind of overshoots it. Cam has to navigate through the smoke. This is where that smoke signal gets you in a lot of trouble. There goes Cam. You cannot mistake that big air cleaner from any other car. Brings it into, look at Boss, he tucks into that smoke, no problem, not phased at all. Both these guys in that second outside zone. Again, mimicking that angle, and you can see Boss still has some power on deck, so you can see him diving in, trying to even get more proximity and bring it across the finish line. That was fun. I want to see that overhead shot there, but they got in the highest. Ken Gucci out front, got the clean air. He's got that 2J power plant. He's feeling a lot more confident, and Kazuya Taguchi right there to the side. Oh, we got contact. Kazuya Taguchi gets in the side of Gucci, but it keeps on keeping on. So again, an aggressive Kazuya Taguchi that might have ended up biting him. And look at Gucci, unfazed, absolutely unaffected, but Kazuya trying to push him around the up garage ISR performance vehicle. But Gucci, like flick out front. Let's see what this weapon brings here to this against his 15-year-old Njuku racing pilot. Look at Hero tucks into the hot pocket. Austin comes up a little bit short here. He's gonna dig deep. Whoa! Look at that correction. You saw Austin and Hero did just the same. Now coming to that tight clip, brings it around, well done. And that's nasty lead run. He has something to prove here. To himself, to the fans. Again, a lot of people look at it, and there, cars settled. It looks like a photo. I mean, that was just a still photo. You can take an old-timey photo with the big powder right there. And that third outside zone, Simon Olsen doesn't get to that outside zone. Now, on the inside clip, let's see outside zone 4. Simon does a better job executing that zone in the chase. On top here in our seating brackets. Big swing thing into that first inside clip.
And now ripping out outside zone 2. Did he get out there?
No.
Or did he just, he looked like he just cut it short, didn't he? He gripped up. Now diving on the inside, Heischman. So these guys are absolutely all over the place.